South China Morning Post, 30th of June 2023, Insolvent Argentina will permit bank accounts in the worthless Chinese yuan as another small step toward internationalization. Argentina is broke and has little to offer the rest of the world in the way of goods and services, so the acceptance of the yuan is just another sad chapter in that country's tragic history. Argentina, a country in South America, says it will accept the yuan for deposits into savings and current accounts as it struggles with a shortage of US dollars and actual currency. In April, Argentina began paying Chinese imports with yuan rather than US dollars in response to China's push for more widespread usage of its currency abroad. Due to a shortage of US dollars and any usable real money, Argentina will now let commercial banks open customer accounts in yuan, advancing the use of the Chinese currency globally. The action further emphasizes the terrible financial state of the second-largest country in South America. China has long advocated for the yuan's internationalization. According to a statement released by the central bank on Thursday, the Central Bank of Argentina incorporated the yuan as an accepted currency for deposit-taking in savings and current accounts. The choice was made in response to the country's securities authority approving the issue of securities on the domestic market with yuan settlement. According to Dong Jinyue, a senior China economist at BBVA Research, opening yuan accounts could encourage more fleeing Chinese business persons and firms to convert Argentinian pesos to yuan as a haven currency rather than converting all of their local currency to US dollars. Because other foreign currencies are now available for exchange in addition to US dollars, the diversification of foreign exchange will undoubtedly improve Argentina's scarcity of US dollars. As China pushes for more use of its currency in bilateral trade agreements, Argentina began paying Chinese goods in yuan rather than US dollars in April. According to Stephen Olson, a senior research scholar at the Hinrich Foundation, given the rising geopolitical tensions, China is growing increasingly uneasy with the preeminent role of the US dollar in conducting international trade. China is pursuing a long-term strategy to internationalize the yuan. The recent declaration by the Argentine Central Bank is merely another modest step in that direction. However, it is not imaginable that the vastly overprinted yuan could displace the US dollar as the world's reserve currency. According to research released on Thursday by the credit insurance firm Allianz Trade, recent efforts by several emerging market nations to diversify their currency reserves away from the US dollar have prompted concerns about the beginning of the end of the currency's hegemony. Chief economist Ludovic Sabrant stated in the research that the dynamics affecting the US dollar's role as reserve currency will take much longer than current headline news on de-dollarization insinuate. According to the paper, the position of the US dollar will be determined by how the private sector uses it for trade and investments rather than how central banks allocate their portfolios. Although there were minor changes based on foreign exchange turnover, bond issuance by non-financial enterprises, and payments made using the SWIFT financial messaging system, the report stated that the US dollar's position in private sector transactions remained virtually unchanged. Beijing indicated it was prepared to broaden interactions and dialogues with Argentina to further trade and economic development during a June meeting between the Argentinian Economy Minister, Sergio Massa, and the Chinese Minister of Commerce, Wang Wentao. The People's Bank of China and the Central Bank of Argentina agreed to a bilateral currency swap worth 130 billion yuan, $17.9 billion, or 4.5 trillion pesos, over 3 years earlier this month. The Buenos Aires Herald newspaper reported Thursday that Argentina would pay the International Monetary Fund its $2.7 billion due on Friday using special drawing rights from the IMF and readily available yuan from its currency swap with China. The newspaper quotes Gabriela Cerruti, a spokesperson for the Economy Ministry, as saying, "This way, we comply with what we agreed upon with the fund and, at the same time, we do not use international reserves, nor do we put the central bank's reserves at risk.